Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. It's Thursday evening at 6 o'clock. How's everybody doing on this thankful Thursday? Everybody's doing good. We're going to give people a little bit more time to check in with us today. I hope everyone's doing good. Hope everyone had an awesome Thursday. It was a nice, cool day. Hi. Hey, Alexis. Hey, Evan. And as usual, when you come in, say hi so I know who's on with me. Hope you guys had a great day. Hey, Pat. Hope you guys are doing good and y'all had a great day. And this is S.O.P. presents Tidbits with Peaches. And of course, you know that I'm Peaches. I'm going to wait a little bit to give people time to sign on. You guys enjoy this cool day today? Hope everyone's doing good. Hope everyone's doing good and having a good day. Everything else want to pop up on my screen. It wanted to let me know that it's 72 degrees outside. Since I kept talking about it was a nice day, I guess it was letting me know that it's 72 outside. Evan said it was a nice day. It was a long day for me. As you can see in the background, I'm packing. So I tried to move much stuff out of the way of the thing, but it didn't work. So you'll get to see some of my boxes today, but it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. And again, this is S.O.P. presents Tidbits with Peaches. And I'm just going to do a recap while we're waiting for others to come on. So last week, we started talking about changing your mindset. We know in past weeks we had talked about pain and trauma and purpose and owning your stuff. So we wanted to switch it up a little bit because I think we had discussed those things for about 3 weeks, 3 or 4 weeks, the first 4 weeks. So this time I wanted to switch it up because changing your mindset go along with all of those things. Owning your stuff and don't allow your trauma to stunt your growth. But in order for those things to work that way, you have to change your mindset. So everything that I talk about is usually connected in a way that you can see it, and it's preparing you to grow and enter into your future with a better mindset, that you won't be stuck or paralyzed from life and past events. So that's what we have been talking about. And today we're going to continue talking about changing your mindset. Because last week I told you there was 5 key things that go along with that particular thing of changing your mindset. And whenever I discuss anything, even though most of it I have experienced, but I still like to make sure that I'm giving correct, actual information. So I always go back and research it and Google it and make sure that everything is accurate, because I don't ever, hey Charity, I don't ever want to lead anybody astray or want anybody to, hey Anita, to not understand what I'm saying. So there were 5 ways that I wanted to talk about in changing your mindset. Last week we discussed challenging your limited beliefs and facing your fears. Hey Portia, and facing your fears. So challenging your limiting beliefs is the way you perceive yourself, the way you think of yourself. Hi, Jessica. So however you see yourself is what we need to change, because everyone is going to have an opinion or perspective of you, but your perspective is what we need to deal with and how you see yourself. So that's when you begin to change your mindset and see yourself strong and see yourself healthy and knowing that you're in a good place and you build yourself up, then other people will begin to switch their perspective of you because you've changed how you carry yourself and how you feel about yourself. So your mindset is very important to know that you have to change your mindset. In other words, challenge yourself to say, I may couldn't do it back then, but now I'm going to keep telling myself I'm bigger than that. I'm better than that. I can do this. I'm stronger than that. I'm ready to face this head on. That's changing your limiting beliefs of yourself. That's changing your mindset. And we talked about facing your fears. And I asked you what was the most important thing in your body. And we came to the understanding that it's your mind, because it says, for as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. So thinketh, your mind sends triggers to your heart, because your mind is the most important thing. So if your mindset is off, then your feelings are off, then your perspective are off, and so how people see you will be off. So that's something to think about. And change your self-talk. So changing your self-talk is just what I said. I'm changing how I speak into my life. Sometimes you have to say, I can do this. I can do all things. I'm strong enough to do this. I'm wise enough to do this. I know enough about myself to know that I can do this. I have to encourage myself sometimes, because there will not always be somebody around to pat you on your back. So you have to learn to look in the mirror and say, I encourage myself. I know I got this. This may be different for me. I may have to step out my comfort zone, but I got this. I'm changing my mindset. And in changing my mindset, I'm changing my perspective of how I see myself. And then that'll change your whole world. So that's why I say changing your mindset will change your whole world. And something else popped in my head today. And, at church, we've been talking about pressure. And one of the young ladies did a short talk and it said, what are you doing with your wake up? And that thing registered to me today, because sometimes when we wake up, we just like, oh, we're dragging. But every day that you wake up is another day that you should be applying pressure, not allowing life to pressure you, but you flip it around and apply pressure to that thing or that situation in your life, because you woke up. It's a new day. That means you can start over. Where it pressured you yesterday, today you flip it around and say, I'm applying pressure to you. In other words, I'm going hard now. I'm not going to sit back and feel sorry for myself and waddle in it. I'm going to apply pressure to this, which means I'm getting ready to go hard after this. I'm going to walk into my purpose. I'm going to be able to reach every goal I set for myself. I'm going to change my perspective. I'm changing my mindset. I'm flipping it around so it's not always negative. So you change your mindset and begin to change your self-talk to positive things. Remember, we said sometimes we talk ourselves out of things when we know it's time for a change. And I said, when it's time to make a change, things will begin to get uncomfortable for you. And that's about in every area of your life. When it's time for you to move or step up or make a change, it becomes uncomfortable. So if you've been somewhere for 10, 15 years and then now you're at the place where you at the top tier and you don't feel like you can go any further and it's become uncomfortable for you, it's time to shift. So that means it's time to move or take the next level or take the next step. And sometimes we get so comfortable where we are, we don't want to take a step. We don't want to change because we're there. I'm comfortable with this, but it's at a place where you can't grow anymore. So then it's time to take that change. And then you can shift your perspective. Shift means a slight change in position or direction. So if you shift your mindset, it's just a slight change. Just change it a little bit. So change your direction. Way you was thinking about it before is not working for you. So maybe I need to shift that a little bit. Maybe I was leaning to the left too much. Now I need to lean to the right, or I need to stay focused and go straight. I'm just going to shift my perspective. I'm going to shift my thinking a little bit because I need to move forward. I don't need to stay stuck. I need to shift that thing a little bit. And it's a slight change in position or direction or tendency or a type of behavior. When you shift your behavior or shift your thinking, or you can even shift yourself. Sometimes you just shift yourself on out the door. If that's not where you need to be anymore, that's what a shift could be. A shift could be the next level or a promotion. A shift could be whatever you need that shift to be, or wherever you at that particular time in your life. So again, Now we need to be able to say, I'm going to apply pressure to this. In other words, I'm applying a pressure to my life. This situation right here has been pressuring me, but now I'm going to apply pressure to it. So when I wake up every day, what I'm doing with my wake up is I'm applying pressure to this situation. It's not going to press me to move or not move. I'm going to apply pressure to it. It's not going to keep me pressed. Did that make sense? That makes sense, y'all? Don't everybody type at one time. Hey, Ann, how are you? So that's what I think. And my question today is, do you see challenges as obstacles or opportunities? What do you see challenges as? Obstacles or opportunities? So y'all tell me what y'all think. Do you see challenges as obstacles or opportunities? So when you face a challenge, is it an obstacle or an opportunity? It's an opportunity. Why would it be an opportunity? Tell me why. Y'all type it in the chat. Tell me why it would be an opportunity. Why would that challenge be an opportunity and not an obstacle? That's right. It's an opportunity. So why would it be an opportunity? That's right. It's room to grow. That means it's room to grow. That's what we need to be at. Because sometimes we're going to face obstacles in life where it's not going to always be easy. That's right, and opportunity. And it's not going to always be easy. Show you can't be defeated. Yes. So we need to learn that obstacles are going to come. We're going to have them every day. Some days we'll have two or three, but don't let it throw you back. You take that obstacle as a learning experience to grow. So you come up to it again, you'll say, okay, I don't already jumped this hurdle. I don't have to do this again. I already know how to maneuver around this obstacle. So I learned from that obstacle. I didn't allow it to push me back. I didn't allow it to throw me back, because sometimes you have to realize every door won't always open at first. Sometimes doors won't open when you think they should open, but that doesn't mean they won't open. So you take that as a sign to say, I need to keep preparing myself for that door. So you have to look at life like that and not always, yes, it pushes you to grow, and that's true, because sometimes obstacles happen just so you can grow. So you may think, okay, I got this, I'm smart, I can do this, and it didn't go that way. Sometimes it'll throw you back, but sometimes just stop and think for a minute. I might have not been ready for that yet. I might needed to learn a little bit more. I may have hit it this time, hit the wall this time, but next time when I go up there, I can just open the door. I can turn the knob and walk on through, because I already know it. I already know it. I've learned from the last time. So I'll know that this time when I walk up to the door, it's going to open for me, because I paid attention and I stayed focused on the last obstacle. So now when I come up to this again, I can always, and even if it's a different adventure, just make sure that that I got this. And even, when we learn that every door is not supposed to open the first time, sometimes it does and sometimes it does not, because every door won't open on the first try. And then see, sometimes we got old keys trying to open a new door. So you need to take that old key back and go to Walmart and make you a new key so you can open the new door. So you can't open new doors with old keys. It won't fit. That makes sense? Sometimes, every if when you move and you got your keychain and you still got your old key on there, not paying attention, you stick your old key in there. It might go in the grooves, but it won't turn the lock. It won't turn the lock. So sometimes that's just like life. It may work. You may be able to stick the key in there, but it's not going to turn it, because it ain't time for you to open that door yet. But then sometimes you stick it in there and it turns and you open the door because it's time to walk in. So make sure you get everything you need to get from that obstacle. Make sure you pay attention and learn what you need to learn. That's just like when you're in school. You can have a test, and the first test you didn't do so well with, but you take what you learned or what you missed on that first test. You go study what you missed, because remember now, they're gonna trick you sometimes, because they'll switch some words around, but it's the same question. They just switch the word around to see if you were paying attention. That's how life is. It just switch things around to make sure you paying attention. Just make sure that you paying attention. That's all life is, just like a test. Because I remember back in high school, we would take a test, and if I didn't pass the test, I would study that test that I missed. I would study the ones that I got wrong. But when I went back, the test and those questions would be reworded a different way. But you make sure you pick out one word that can mean the same thing for that answer. So that's just like life. You pick one thing and it can have multiple meanings, but it means the same thing. It'll lead you to the same thing. It'll give you the same outcome. It may have multiple meanings, but it'll lead you to the same outcome. Changing your mindset. Remember that. So, do y'all understand that? Is that good? Anybody got any questions, any chats, anything in the chat before we move on? Okay. And another thing I wanted to share with you guys today, remember this. Nothing in life has any meaning except the meaning that you give it. Nothing in life has any meaning except the meaning that you give it. Not what somebody else give it, but what you give it. What does it mean to you? How would it benefit your life? What would it do? How would it enhance your life? So what is the meaning? You give that meaning. So nothing in life has any meaning except the meaning you give it. So it's your meaning. What do you give it? At this point in your life, what meaning are you giving it? What does this mean? Does it mean that I'm stuck? Remember, you got to own your stuff. Does it mean that I'm stuck? Does it mean that I'm ready to launch? Does it mean I'm ready to take a leap of faith? Does it mean that I paid attention at the last obstacle? I can jump this hurdle now. I won't get there and stop. Is that what that means to you? What does that mean to you? At this point in your life where you are, what does it mean? If you're in the middle of a situation or a crisis, or you're facing a trauma, what does that mean? You have to give it meaning. And when I say give it meaning, it means like, how is it benefiting you? Is it enhancing your life? Is it making it better for you? Is it disturbing your peace? Is it making you angry? How is it benefiting you? What meaning are you giving it? Are you giving it more than it needs? Or you're not giving it enough? Those questions are questions only you can answer. Only you can answer those questions. Only you can answer those questions. Challenges are opportunities to apply pressure and grow and learn. That's what challenges are. It's just opportunities to apply pressure, grow, and learn. So, what are challenges? Opportunities to apply pressure, grow, and learn. Cool? Okay. So, the next thing I wanted to talk about, I like when y'all conversate with me. It make me feel like you're paying attention to me. It make me feel a little special. So we've shifted our perspective. We've changed our self-talk. The last thing I want to say today is this right here. Get support. Because sometimes we think we bad and we think we don't need nobody. But everybody needs somebody. Don't think you bad that you can't reach out to somebody and say, look, I'm in a place where I need to talk to somebody. I need to bounce some things off of somebody. And, I said last week, it's okay to talk to yourself. But sometimes you need somebody to talk back to you for real. Yeah, thank you, Ann. I'm special. But sometimes you need somebody to talk to for real, because, sometimes you can have a good old conversation with yourself. But then see, sometimes yourself is biased. You need somebody else to talk to, not just yourself, because yourself can be biased. You, yourself, and I can be biased, or me, myself, and I can be biased. So it's okay to reach out for support. And that's one thing I really want people to understand. Don't stay depressed. Don't stay stuck. Don't stay in a trauma. Find you somebody to talk to. Find somebody to talk to, because those things are real. Depression is real. Low self-esteem is real. And it can stunt your growth. It can keep you paralyzed. So it's okay to talk to somebody. I'm not telling you go tell everybody, but find somebody that you trust, that you can talk to and be willing to talk to, that you can get involved with, to say, okay, I need some support. I need some help. This thing has me stuck. I faced this obstacle. I'm at it. I thought I could do it, but I can't do it by myself. And it's okay to say that. It's okay to not be okay. We've said that before. It's okay to not be okay. And in this series, to say, changing my mindset to understand that it's okay not to be okay. I don't always have to have an S on my chest, because sometimes my S is crooked. That lets me know that I need to go get somebody to help me hold my S. We as African American women and African American men, we try to be so headstrong sometimes, and we act like we got this big old S on our chest. I used to say it all the time, but now I say GP, because I'm God's property. So that means I don't have to worry about my letters getting crooked anymore, because I got some support. So even when you a single mother or you a single father and you feel like you have to do it all, and you say, oh, I got an S on my chest, I'm Superman or I'm Superwoman, but when that S becomes crooked, it's okay to have a crooked edge sometimes. It's okay to need somebody. It's okay to need to talk to somebody. It's okay to need help. It's okay to not be okay. And it's okay to say, I need to change my mindset. I need to change how I think about this situation or how I think about this person, because it's stunting my growth. It's not benefiting me. It's not enhancing my life. It's not making me better. So it's okay not to be okay. And it's okay to say, I got to change my mindset. I want better. I don't want to think like this anymore. I don't want to be always worrying about, well, you think they know I need help? Well, how they going to know if you don't tell them? They don't know if you don't say it. And then if you're like me, you don't really wear that kind of thing like that. So it's, if we don't open our mouth to say, I'm in need of help, I need somebody to talk to, I feel like I'm drowning, life is throwing too much on me, how will they know that you need it if you don't ask? And see, that's something else. We have to change our mindset, change our perspective. It's okay to ask for help. It's okay to go talk to somebody. It's okay to say I'm depressed. It's okay to say I'm drowning without a life support. These things are okay. It doesn't make you weak. That makes you strong when you can say, okay, I'm drowning here. Somebody, I need some help. I jumped in without my life jacket and I can't swim. I need some help. I'm out too far. Somebody please throw me a life jacket and help me get back to where I need to be. It's okay. Change your mindset. It's okay. It's okay not to be okay. It's okay to need help. It's okay to cry. It's okay to talk till you get it out. Just don't hold it, because when you keep holding it, it's damaging you more. So it's okay not to be okay. But what's not okay is not to change your perspective, not to love on yourself, not to think you all that in a bag of chips, because you are. And I said it before, it's not arrogance, that's confident. I'm confident in who I am. I'm confident knowing that I can do this. I'm confident in knowing that I'm more than a conqueror. I'm confident in knowing that. I am confident in knowing who I am. I'm confident in knowing that I can do this. I'm going to get better at this. I'm not going to allow life to keep applying pressure to me. I'm going to flip it around and I'm getting ready to apply pressure to it. I'm getting ready to press it so I can make it into what I need it to be. So press until you press it to where you need it to be. When you press things together, it mashes and it becomes one. So now you're getting ready to press that thing together so you can put it into what you need it to be, not allowing it to put pressure on you and press you back up against the wall with your hands up, and not saying I'm coming out with my hands up, because that means I surrender. This time you coming, I was like, I give up. I'm done. I can't do this. It don't push me up. No, I'm changing that perspective. I'm changing my mindset, because I know I can. I can do this. Don't quit now. We almost there. Why you gonna quit now? Don't let nobody talk you down. Don't talk yourself down. Don't quit now. It ain't going to be like this always. Tomorrow is another day to get it right. Tomorrow is another day to apply pressure. Tomorrow is another day to change your mindset, change your perspective, change your self talk, change how you perceive yourself. Change it. You can do that. There's a song by Andy Mineo that I like. If you don't know who he is, he's a gospel rapper. And he said, if you don't like me, that's your business. But when it becomes my business, when I start to let it affect me, what you think about me. See, that's how you perceive and what they perceive, but that's their business. And it's okay because that's their business. Don't make it your business. And that's anything in life. So if they don't like you or if that trauma is pressuring you, that's that trauma's business. Don't make it your business that it affects you so bad that you can't go on. And my pastor don't like that when he say we don't care. But that song registered to me because if I keep allowing what people think of me, it will push you in a place where it's like a dark place sometimes because you're so worried about what they think. You're not trying to, what do you think? It doesn't matter what they think, it's what you think. At this point, this right now, this place in your life is about what you think. What you think you can do, what you think you're capable of, what you like, what you want to see happen. Not what somebody else want to see happen, not what Peaches want, but what you want. At this stage in the game, what do you want to do with the rest of your life? Do you want your latter to be greater than your former? So that means I've got to do the work to heal myself so I can have better days with what I have left here. So that's something you need to think about too. So what are you going to do with the rest of your life? What are you going to do? Are you going to make it better? Or are you going to stay stuck in the same place? Change your mindset, change your perspective, and it will definitely change your life. Change your life. It will change your life. And I like to tell people, I'm not telling you something I didn't have to do. I'm telling you this, all these steps I give, I've had to take them more than once in my life. Because sometimes life will beat you that bad that you're sitting back thinking about, okay, why did I do that? Why they don't like me? Why they saying this or why they saying that? Why? But then stop. What do you think about what you did? What do you think about your next step? What do you think about where you're at this point in your life? What do you think? Not what they think. What do you think? Again, change your mindset and it will change your life. Sometimes it's hard to find words to say. Yes, it is. It's hard. It's hard. But I'm gonna tell you what else is hard. Sitting in the corner rocking, crying is hard because you done allowed it to weigh down on you so bad that when you hit the door, when you walk outside and you going through things like that, you have to put on another face. And I think I remember telling you guys, I remember coming out of my house one day and I stepped on the door on the top step. And all of a sudden I was like, who am I today? What face am I wearing? Because I was wearing so many. So I stopped at my tracks right there on that top step and was like, oh my God, who am I today? What? And and I'm not telling you, fiction. I'm telling you actual and factual facts. Because at some point in our lives, we wear so many faces or so many different hats that we forget who we are and that we need help. So when I stopped and realized, okay, I got to go talk to somebody, even though my body was my mom, but I still knew I needed some help. And it was still hard for me to go say, Mama, I don't know what's going on, but I feel like I'm about to drown. I need some help. And me and her began every day for like 3-4 months. We talked and I talked out some stuff because it helps to talk. And when you need help, sometimes you just say, you might not need to go and say, you can't. Some people can't get there to say, I need help. But then those are those people who like, yo, I'm drowning, I need some help. But then for people like that don't know how to express it, it's easy to say, okay, you got a girlfriend. Look, you want to go hang out for a little bit? Can we talk a little bit? You ain't got to say, I need help. Just say, can we talk a little bit? I got some things on my chest I need to get off. You know, that's the easiest way to do that for me. You know, I don't have a sister, but I have a sister. I'm put it like that. And I can say, I remember not too long ago, I called her sister. I don't know what to do. What I'm going to do? Because sometimes I have to have somebody. Because after a while, I begin to think too much. And in my head, I'm like, it's back and forth in my head. And I can't function like that. I can't do what I need to do always in my head. So sometimes I have to get out of my head and just get a different perspective on it, get a different look or a different word on it. Did that make sense, Evan? Did that help you? Because I know you have some good friends. Um, and then if you need professional help, that's a difference. Sometimes some people will need professional help. And there's nothing wrong with that too. I done sat on somebody's couch too. It's okay. It's okay. So if you need to do that, there's nothing wrong with sitting on somebody's couch or sitting on somebody's chair. If it's going to help your mindset, do what you need to do. Don't worry about what nobody got to say. And furthermore, ain't nobody really got to know. That's your business if you feel like that. As Tabitha Brown would say, that's your business. But that's your business. But make sure that you get the help that you need, whether it be a life coach, a therapist, a minister, or whoever. Evan said sometimes getting the conversation started is the hardest part. What do you guys think? Y'all think that's the hardest part? Which is true. Sometimes it is hard when you're not that type of person. When you're not the type of person that go to people for help, that you try to handle it yourself. So it is hard sometimes when you try to do it by yourself. But when you know you got those type people in your circle, um, yeah, it could be hard to start a conversation. I can understand that. I can. But the easiest way to do that, again, if you got that one girlfriend, or if you got that one, sometimes a minister or a pastor, or I'm a life coach, yeah, but sometimes you might not want to go that route. So if you want to go to your pastor or your girlfriend, and you just, like I said, go up and say, well, can I get a few minutes, or can we go to dinner tonight? Or yeah, you just start. I can remember just gradually talking. We sitting at the table and we're eating. Well, what do you think about this? You can put it in that kind of perspective. Well, this is what I'm feeling. What do you think about this? Have you ever had this happen to you? Have you ever felt like this? Has this ever crossed your mind? Or have you ever dealt with this? And that, it opens the door that way. So sometimes you can put it in that type of forum, or that type of question, to see if that helps you to say, okay, you can be at dinner with your girlfriend, or even if you're trying to get it to a professional level, or you're trying to get to someone professional to help you. You can always just call and say, I have a few questions. Or if you're trying to set up an appointment, or even with your pastor, you can just say, I have a few questions. Do you have time to meet with me to discuss these things? You don't have to just go in and say, I need help right now. Just say, I need some questions. I have some questions to see if you might be able to help me with it. Was that good? Is that good, Evan? Okay, ladies. And if there's a gentleman on here. So again, today we discussed changing your mindset. Changing your mindset, challenging your limited beliefs, shifting your perspective, and applying pressure. So every day, remember, every day your foot hit the floor, apply pressure. Apply pressure. That means I'm going to press this thing and not allow it to pressure me. I'm not going to allow it to put me up against the wall. I'm not going to allow it to change my perspective. I'm going to speak positively every day. I'm going to speak into my own self until I can get there where I know that, I can do this without a shadow of a doubt. If you have to speak to yourself every day, be like, yo, I got this. I'm not arrogant. I'm confident. I'm all that. I can do this. It's not going to pressure me anymore. I'm going to pressure it. And I'm changing my mindset and my perspective. So again, this was Tidbit with Peaches. I enjoyed you guys. Thank you for hanging in there with me every Thursday. If you have any questions, you can always send them to me on Facebook, or through the Trinity Coaching page with S.O.P. I think it's S.O.P. I can't think of what it is. Evan or Jessica, put it in the chat for me because I can't remember what it is right now. So if there's ever anything you want to discuss, I love you too, Portia. If there's ever anything you want to discuss or any questions, you can always send them through there. So one of the ladies will put it in the chat for you. And again, thank you. And one thing that we're working on now, and I'd like to try to give you guys an update of what Trinity, S.O.P and Trinity Coaching is doing. We're going to do a ladies' day on a Saturday. I'll get back with you a later date. We're going to have different women on the panel. The topic would be surviving your trauma. So we're going to do that, and I'll keep you guys updated. And thank you guys for supporting me. And like I said, if you ever have any questions or any topics you think we should discuss, that they put it in the chat for you. And one more thing, I want to do a series on marriage. So if you guys would be interested in that, just put it in the chat. My husband has agreed to do it with me. Y'all pray for me because I don't know what comes out of that mouth, but I promise you it'll be funny. So he's going to do it, but I wanted to make sure that it was something you guys would be interested in doing. Again, just put it in the chat and let me know. So that's it for me. And this was S.O.P Presents Tidbits with Peaches. We'll see you next Thursday at 6. You guys have an awesome weekend. And my birthday is Monday. Peace.